Welcome to Lesson 5. This video is for those who are wanting to make up their own music. So today what I'd like to do is I'd like to show you a left-hand pattern that you can use to make up your own songs, and it's something you can apply to dozens and dozens of different keys and situations, speeds. It really works very nicely. So let's jump right in. Let me show you what's going on here. So if you look at, back up for a second, if you can download this music, by the way, if you weren't aware. If you look at the bass, you're going to see that I actually put two notes. I put a G, D, and I put an F sharp D. And those match the chord chart. So today I'm going to ask you to do your own chord chart, right? In other words, you're going to play against that chord chart. And I'll show you how that works. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to start to do this rocking motion between the bottom note and the top note. And we're going to put one note for every quarter. That's the second measure. And then it goes to playing the chord chart here. Fourth measure. And then here's the second line. Second measure. And right. So that rocking back and forth is a steady pattern, and songs love that steady pulse. All right. Then what we do is we start to learn how to put eighth notes against that. So it'll start like an exercise, and before we're finished, you'll see you can make some beautiful songs with it just by adding one or two new things. So for example, you could do so the right hand is just going up and down the fingers. You could do the scale. Okay, right? So that's the pattern. Eighth notes in the right hand to quarter notes in the left hand. Right hand is twice as fast, and I explain this in good detail in the Foundations video, and you might want to check out the other videos for the songs as well. The idea is to get a flow going, and on that flow you start to introduce certain things that really help it sound like music, like you're really making up a song. And one of them is so simple it'll really surprise you. What you do is you go along for a while, whatever you want, up and down through the notes, and then you hang out on a note for as long as you want, and then you start going again. But the difference here is that the left hand is going to be going steady underneath. Oops, sorry. So that's a little bit more interesting. And the reason for the long notes, whenever you make a long note like that, it's as if a singer is singing and they've stopped to take a breath. If you take a look at just about every famous piece of music, they're going to put long notes in certain places to take a breath and then start again. It follows talking, it follows poetry, and acting. All of that, the timing of it matches. All right. So once you can get the left hand going and introduce those long notes, The next step would be to change the chords, right? So you bring back that change in the left hand. So okay? So please experiment with that. You can do it in C major, right? And try to challenge yourself to go through the thumb under and finger over so that you can use more notes, right? And this was covered in a different, I think it was lesson 4. We talked about how you make changes, lesson 3. You make changes in the right hand at the moment that the left hand chord changes, and you make them match. So that's kind of the last piece that'll really make it sound good. So you're adding long notes, but then you're also choosing which note goes with the chord change. Whoops, let me get it back over here. That goes. So. All right? And if you're just itching for more ideas, the left hand for the songs for this lesson have a few more ideas you can use. So that last little thing I slipped in was down to a D chord, where the D is the lowest note. So as we move forward, what I'll do is I'll show you how to change the chords in the left hand to make it more interesting. And then the right hand is doing its deal. Eighth notes and quarter notes, long notes for phrasing, landing on important notes when the chords change. That's the foundation of the whole thing. You can be making beautiful music with these eighth notes, the long notes, and the phrasing, and you'll be very happy with it. We'll work together on it and make sure that you understand what you need. I do a live class once a week, so if you have questions, you can join that live class, and I'm happy to answer them as best I can. Thanks for joining me.